we'll take revision on the 2 chapters that will come. Wait a minute, I'm sharing my screen.
Miss, do you know what's our marks for last week? Not last week, last time when we took the economics test?
Yes. Yes. Okay. 1 minute, girls. Just let me revise with you, but it doesn't want to be shared. Be with me. Girls, still here?
Yes, miss.
Sex to be shared. Listen, girls, better study from the PowerPoint. Only 2 PowerPoints, the theory of production, okay, and cost and revenue. Because I explain everything in the PowerPoint. There is no need to highlight in the book, okay? Because as we said, we depend on what you understand. Okay, so in the theory of production, girls, did you receive the material or not?
Not yet.
Okay, I'll tell you now the materials in, so to be sure that you know, listen, you will have a test on theory of production, okay, which is in chapter 5, section 2. Chapter 5, section 2, theory of production, and section 3, cost, revenue, and profit. So study from the PowerPoint. PowerPoint is much easier. Okay? Is there anyone in the lobby?
Okay.
Oh, anyone? No, she entered. Okay, so from current slide, here can you see my PowerPoint, right? Okay, so this is chapter 5, section 2, theory of production. Okay, we'll learn how to change some factors, change the production. Okay, economics focus on the short run. Economists focus on the short run when they analyze production. Okay, so no changes occur in land, equipment, or technology. Changes in total product are caused by change in the number of workers. What does it mean? We will understand now. Listen to me. Leave the graph. Okay? He says to you, in order to hire a new worker, you should understand the stages of production. There are stages of production. How many stages of production do we have? 3. We have 3 stages of production. They help the company decide, okay, the profitable number of workers to hire. So if I will open a company, I have to think of how many workers. How can I decide how many workers? Up to the stages of production. I have how many stages of production, girls? 3. Say with me, please. How many stages of production? 3. Yes, to decide how many workers can we hire. So the first stage of production is increasing return. When I hire one worker, the return increases. I hire 2 workers, I gain. Hire 3 workers, I gain. Increasing returns. This is stage number 1. Then we reach, okay, then we reach to stage number 2. Stage number 2, I hire a worker, but I do not gain money. So it is diminishing return, yani few return, little return. Stage number 2. Then stage number 3 is negative return. When I hire 1, I lose. When I hire 1, I lose. So shall I hire new employee or new worker when I am in the 3rd stage?
No.
No. Shall I hire a new worker when I am in the 1st stage?
Yes.
Yes. In the short run, every firm faces a question of how many workers to hire. In the stage 1, the marginal returns increase. Okay, so when I hire, I gain. So in the stage number 1, the more workers I hire, they cooperate together, okay, and they create a good atmosphere, and I gain more. In stage 1, I can hire workers and I gain more. In stage 2, I hire workers, but I do not gain, okay? I do not gain. The gaining is positive. I still gain, but just few, okay? Stage 3, negative. Okay, if you hire a worker, you will lose. Each one will get into each other's way. They will cause output to fall. In the stage 3, we cannot hire workers. This is it. Theory of production. I have 3 stages of production, girls. Here, I will stop sharing so you'll see me. You see me now, right? I have 3 stages of production. The first, the second, the third. In the first, when I hire a worker, I gain money. I hire workers, I gain money. So in the first stage, do I hire workers or no? I hire workers because when I hire more workers, they gather together, they establish a good atmosphere, and I gain money. I produce more, so I gain more. In stage 2, whenever I hire, I gain, but not so much. So I should think twice before I hire. In the third stage, I hire, I lose. I hire, I lose. So shall I hire more workers in this third stage?
No.
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 So this is the stages of production. See, you will just read the slides, study it well, and that's it. Okay? Let's share the second one. Cost, revenue, and profit maximization. Can you see cost, revenue, and profit maximization? Grade 9?
No, miss. It's showing me guide to reading.
Wait a minute. Can you see now?
Yeah. Yes, I can.
So this is chapter 5, section 3. This is the second section for our test. Again, the test is next week. Okay, we have cost, revenue, and profit maximization. Okay, because as a business, you want to produce well in order to gain money. So when you want to gain, when we give an example of a lemonade, I will make lemonade and sell lemonade in the street. I have to know how much I cost in order to sell this cup of lemonade. Okay, so he told me in order to know the price for 1 cup of lemonade, you have to count your costs. Okay, so there are several ways businesses measure costs. I have fixed costs, like what? Like when today I will go buy a table, put it in the street. This is a fixed cost because I have to buy it and pay for it. Then I have to pay for the one who gave me the land, who hired me, because I will put it in a street, for example, in a shop. So in front of Al Uthaym Mall, in front of Al Uthaym Mall. So Al Uthaym Mall rented for me this place. He gave me as a rental. I rent this place. So I pay. Fixed cost is the money I pay whether I sell lemonade or I didn't sell lemonade. So if I sell lemonade today, I still pay for this table, right? I still pay for the land that the table is there, the renting place. I still pay for the worker today is off, but he works with me every day, so I still pay him. Okay, I have to buy a blender. So blender was so expensive, so I had to buy it each month. I pay, for example, 50 reals. So I have to pay 50 reals. Even if I close for a month, I have to buy. So this is fixed cost. Fixed is do not change. They are fixed. They are overhead. They are the same. Even if I close the lemonade shop for 2 days, I still pay them. Electricity, taxes. So fixed cost, okay, happen, they incur even if there is little or no activity. And even if today I am sick and I didn't go to the shop, I still pay. I still pay money for the table, money for the renting place, money for the blender, money for the electricity, money for the one who parks the car for me. Okay, so like what? So it's like the salaries, like the charge on bones and machines, like the blender, because I will make a lemonade shop, so I pay for the one who helps me. I pay for the blender, I pay for the land, I pay the tax. So these are fixed. Yani I have to pay them every day, even if I will not make lemonade today, but I have to pay them. Then we have costs that change when the business rate of operation of output change. Like what? Like if I go today to buy lemon from the market and he says to me the lemon is 10 reals, so this is varied costs. It is 10 reals, variable cost. Next day I went to buy, is to me 20 reals. Third day it's 30 reals, so it is increasing. Or maybe the fourth day 5 reals. It is increasing, whether to be raised or less. Okay, or the one that works with me, he left me and I had to hire another one, so I hire him with a higher salary or maybe less salary. So these costs change. Variable costs means they change. Like here, lemonade, the fixed cost, rent, the wage, the machine, the blender. What is variable cost? A new worker and the raw material. Fixed and variable. Fixed remain the same, variable vary, okay, and change its price. When we put them together, when we put the fixed and the variable cost together, it's called total cost. Total cost is the fixed and the variable. So when I wake up in the morning, I want to establish a lemonade business, small business. I go and I count the cost material, the fixed cost, and I go to my father and I ask him for 200 reals to start my business. I want to buy, to rent a place. I want to pay for the worker. I want. This is the fixed cost. And then I want to buy the lemonade and I hire workers. So this is the variable cost together. It's called total cost. So I say to him, I want 500 reals, 200 fixed and 300 variable. So maybe next month I take from you 600 or maybe 400, up to the change in the variable cost. But together, total and variable, fixed and variable together is the total cost. Fixed and variable is total costs. What is marginal cost? Marginal cost is a measure to know exactly what is 1 cup of lemonade costs. So the marginal cost, it means what the money in total cost and quantity. For example, if I take from my father 500 reals to establish my business, and I produce 1,000 cups of lemonade. So 5,000, so where is them? Here, 500, 1,000. This is marginal cost formula. This is how to define it. You're not asked to do it, you just understand what you are asked to understand it. So a marginal cost is more useful. Why? Because it shows the change in the cost. Here, then we discussed the electronic commerce, e-commerce. People engage in e-commerce now. We buy from Namchi, we buy from Shein, we buy from Center Point online, we buy from Al-Uthaim online, we buy for Hungry Station. People indulge or engaged in an e-commerce, in electronic business. In electronic business, it's cheaper. Why? Because the stores do not spend large sum of money on electricity, on a building, on decor, on workers. No, they just have a store and you order online, they send you. That's what they do. So it's cheaper than the normal stores. Electronic stores is cheaper because they have the cost is less for them. So when a business want to know about the cost, okay, they should find the level of production, yani how cups of lemonade you want to, in order to know how much you will win, how much you will gain. You will cost, how much you cost, how many you produce, how much you gain. There is a point which is called the break-even point when you stop, okay, or you how much it has to produce to cover its cost. And here you have to stop. Break-even point is when you stop producing. Okay, so this is previous one was the total revenue. No, this the break-even point is when you stop producing. Here, total revenue. Total revenue is the revenue. Revenue is what you gain. The revenue a business receives. The more important measure of revenue, okay, the extra revenue a business receives from the production. So you have, before you establish a business, you have to think well of how to create a revenue, how to gain. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
That's it, girls. That's what you are asked to. Well, that's what you are asked for the coming quiz.
Yeah.
That's it, the 2 PowerPoints. The stages of production, theory of production, and the cost, revenue, and profit maximization.
Okay, miss.
You understood it?
Yes, so anything we study from the book is additional, right?
Yes, I don't want you to study from the book. Please study only from the PowerPoint.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Can you repeat the revenue? I didn't understand it.
Okay. The revenue is the total revenue is the revenue that the business receives. Yani I establish a company. I take revenue. Revenue is what how can I say it? The money after I take from it, its cost. Yani what I gain. After I remove the cost and I pay the tax and everything, revenue is what I gain. What I put in my pocket, this is mine. I will not spend it. Okay? So for example, when a business employs 5 workers, it produces 90 units of output. Okay? يعني 90 cups of lemonade. I have 5 workers, 90 cups of lemonade. And I gain 1,350 money, reals, I gain. If I add a worker, I increase the cups of lemonade with 110. It will be 90 plus 20, 110 cups of lemonade. And I gain 1,650. So if we divide the change in total revenue, the change I gained the 300. Okay, when by the marginal product 20, I gained the 300 for 20 cups of lemonade. So I gained for each cup of lemonade, okay, 50 riyals. 15 riyals. Because 15 times 20 equal 300. Okay, so this is what he wants to know, the marginal revenue for the 1 cup of lemonade. So the more important, why you have to understand marginal revenue? Because I have to know how much I gain for 1 cup for producing 1 more cup of lemonade. So the marginal revenue is the extra revenue I gain when I produce more 1 cup of a lemonade. Okay? So they use the marginal analysis, they use it to decide why they have to get how many cup cost, and in order to decide whether it is good or benefits to add extra cost or not, whether to hire more worker or no. If I hire more worker, I will gain 15 riyals for 1 cup, and I gain the 20 cups, 300 riyals. Okay, I will hire him. But he will take, I gain the 300 riyals, but he wants 600 riyals. So I will gain or I will lose. I gain the 300, he wants 600. I hire him?
Yes.
No.
I gain 300. He wants 600. Shall I hire him?
No.
No, I will not hire him. Okay? So the marginal analysis is the step or process that teaches me whether to hire a new one or I don't hire a new one. It helps me in decision making. So he says to you, it is best for us to take small incremental steps in determining if the additional benefits from each step are greater than the additional costs. If I hire him, he wants 600. I don't have 600. Okay, I only gain the 300, so I will not hire him. Understand, dear? Any more questions?
No.
And teacher, when you get a new worker, you will gain more.
Up to what will happen if I hire a new worker, and when I hired him, he gave me 20 cups of lemonade, more 20 cups. The 20 cups of lemonade give me 300 riyals. He comes to me at the end of the month, give me 600. I give him 600 and I gain the 300. So I hire him?
No.
No. But what if he gives me I gain the 300 and he only wants 100 riyal? I give him or not? I give him. I hire him because he will take only 100 and I will take 200 and I won at the end.
Okay.
Okay. Any more questions?
No, miss.
Okay. The test is easy, don't worry.
Okay, thank
Miss, how many questions?
10 multiple choices.
Okay.
Thank you, miss.
Thank you, miss.
Easy, wallah, it's easy because I know economics and I'm trying to simplify it for you.
Thank you, miss.
You can
Thank
watch the
you.
videos, girls, the 2 videos. I upload them. You can study the 2 PowerPoints and that's it.
Miss,
Yes, dear.
Miss, can you repeat which lesson we have?
Theory of production and cost revenue and cost revenue and profit maximization.
Thank you.
Thank you, miss.
Welcome, girls.
Thank you, miss.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Bye.
Thank you, Miss.
Bye.